Now, page 4, the Democrat effort to confuse in order to destroy. The Democrat leadership on Capitol Hill is banking on the hope that the majority of the American people are mal-informed about the Constitution, the separation of powers, and our entire system of government. Their collective partisan goal is to paint the 45th president and his team as lawbreakers when, of course, they are not. These radicals are calling the Attorney General of the United States a liar, which he is not. They're accusing the AG of being the personal lawyer for Donald Trump, which he is not. And they claim William Barr is part of a cover-up, which he is not. There is no crime, therefore there is no cover-up. The predicate to any criminal cover-up is a crime, and here there is none. What does exist is simply the separation of powers. The Congress has no right to demand testimony and/or documents from the executive branch. Likewise, the President cannot demand of Congress depositions and materials. This is the division of power the framers gave to this republic. If the Congress has a problem with the President, then it can impeach. Likewise, if the President has a problem with Congress, then he can veto. That's how our system works. So when the Attorney General refuses to capitulate to unreasonable and unlawful demands of Congress, it's not unconstitutional. In fact, it is very constitutional. The question is, how many Americans know this, understand this, and can see through this blatant political effort to destroy this president? And how many Americans can see through this rabid Democrat hack from California, Adam Schiff?
The most grave concern I have about Bill Barr, and that is during his Senate testimony, he opined that the president could have made the Mueller investigation go away anytime he wanted.
Stop tape. No. That's correct. He didn't say he could make the investigation go away. He said he could make the person, Robert Mueller, go away. There is a difference. Donald Trump, being the chief executive, effectively, indirectly, hired Robert Mueller. Thus, if he hired Robert Mueller, he can fire Robert Mueller. He could fire Robert Mueller. He could have for any reason, for the way that he parted his hair. He didn't have to have a reason. It's called life. It's called the structure of our chief executive. And the structure really of any chief executive of any company can fire any underling at any time for virtually any reason, most states would agree. But he's trying to confuse people here. That's his goal. Roll tape.
Because he thought it was unfair.
Stop the tape.
That's his view.
Stop the tape. There's nothing about being unfair. It's about whether Robert Mueller was biased or not, and the team that he built around him was biased or not. That was what is of concern to the president, because Robert Mueller built a team that largely supported Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. And of course, Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton. So it's understandable that the president had some questions about what Robert Mueller was doing by assembling the staff. Roll tape.
Unitary executive.
Stop tape. There's no unitary executive here. This is the process that the framers of the Constitution gave us. They gave us the Article I branch, Congress. They gave us the Article II branch, the chief executive. And the chief executive has certain powers and certain duties. And the Congress gave the executive branch the power to oversee special counsel. And if the Congress doesn't like that, and if the Congress wants to undo that, and if the Congress wants to change that policy, the Congress is free to do so. So go ahead, Congressman, change it if you don't like it. Roll tape.
View, a president is truly above the law.
Stop the tape. There is a difference between being above the law and executing your duly sworn duties as the chief executive, the President of the United States. There is a difference between contempt of Congress and obstructing Congress and the separation of powers. And so when the President of the United States, through the Attorney General, says, hey, no, you cannot have these pieces of information that were compiled within the Mueller report that have been redacted for national security purposes, for investigation purposes, or just to protect the innocence of people involved in the investigation. That is not obstructing Congress, and it's certainly not obstructing justice. It's not obstructing Congress.